Get the jitters out. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Ehiazokin, aka Esquire. You read the title? Let's hop into it. I was in my 9th grade of high school. Like all 9th graders at the time, I was struggling to fit in. So the transition from elementary school going into high school, I couldn't cope with it. You know when you're in grade 8 and you're the oldest kids in the school, you feel like you're on top of the mountain? Y'all know we get knocked down aside when we get enter grade 9. And during the 9th grade, I was really insecure with a lot of things about myself, and that caused me to kind of go into a isolating shell where I was really shy. I was still able to make friends, but they weren't like the really good friends I have now. And due to that social anxiety I'd always be facing with talking to new people, that kind of affected my academics. It got so bad to the point where my parents were getting scared and worried, and they had to hire a tutor for me. One thing I'm gonna quickly add is that the transition from elementary school to high school and high school to university, the former never gets you prepared for the latter. So I'm sitting in my grade 9 English class, and I have my teacher. I'm not gonna say his name, but you know who you are. My teacher was really enthusiastic for English. He always loved reading us Shakespeare and all the other novels we had to read. But for me, I just wasn't connecting to any of the material. And on top of that, we had to learn a new style of essay writing, MLA format. So with my social anxiety and my inability to focus in class, that caused me to kind of slip behind, like a lot. My days would go kind of like this. I'd be in school, I'd go through all my classes, I get home, my tutor gets home, and we'll try to go through all the content again together. Now my tutor was a pretty cool guy, really helped me out, was able to break down the material in an easier way for me to understand. Like me and my tutor were so cool, I got to the point where my parents were like feeding him dinners. Like he'd literally teach me and then he'd sit down for dinner with us. I remember one time my mom gave him some food and it was so spicy that he literally had to lay on his back for the majority of our session because he just couldn't take the spice. By the time November rolled around in the school semester, my English teacher assigns us our first essay to write. Now my English teacher gave us all the details on what to put in it, how to structure it, all these things I can't even remember. He really wanted to make sure that we got how to write an MLA style essay. So me trying to be the good student I was like, okay, let me handle this. And this time, let me do this by myself. Another thing about my English teacher, this guy was hella rude, man. I wrote my first draft of my essay. I handed it in to him to get some revision. He literally looked at it, scanned through it, looked up to me, took off his glasses. He said, "This is garbage." I was like, garbage? He was saying the structure is off, the grammar is poor. Did you even spend time writing this? And mind you, I spent 3 nights working on this 5-page essay. I look at my English teacher and I tell him, "Hey, I worked hard on this. Is there anything you can advise me to do to make my essay a lot better than it is now?" Now, this is where things took a turn for the worst. My teacher told me to go online and search up essays. He said to copy that style into your own essay. These are his words, not mine. Well, they are my words, but I'm just reiterating what he said. So I asked my teacher, "Isn't that plagiarizing?" I remember within the first week of school, my teacher went this whole tangent about how it's wrong to plagiarize, you're a demonic person if you plagiarize, stealing other people's ideas is wrong, what kind of sick human being are you? And before that, I already kind of knew taking other people's ideas is gonna get you in trouble, especially in academics anyways. So I asked him, "Are you asking me to copy someone else's work?" And this is what he told me. "Yes, I want you to copy an essay you see online and bring it back to me and we can compare the two." Again, these are his words. So I was like, all right, okay, you got it. I went back home. Hours later, my tutor came over. I explained to him, "Hey, this is what my teacher told me to do." He looks up and looks at me and says, "That's literally the dumbest thing a teacher can ever tell you to do." And I'm here like, right? Like, why is he telling me to plagiarize? You're an English teacher. You should be telling me to do the opposite. So my tutor said this, "Look, I'm gonna help you write this essay. It's gonna be completely original. It's gonna be the two of us working on it together." And I was like, you know what? That sounds like a smarter idea to me. I can, 1, avoid plagiarizing, and 2, get a better essay going because my tutor is also helping me on it. So we spend the rest of the night working on my essay. Next day, I give my edited essay to my English teacher. My English teacher grabs my essay. After 5 minutes, takes off his glasses, looks up to me and says, "You stole this from somewhere, didn't you?" Now at this point, I'm just like, I told him, "No, sir, I wrote this essay." I mean, I obviously wasn't gonna tell him I had a tutor and stuff, but still, like, you know, I wrote the essay. So he looks at me and says, "You don't want to be honest with me? That's fine. I'm gonna find the source of this and we're gonna get to the bottom of this." And in my head, I'm like, what source? This literally came from my head and my tutor's head. What's wrong with you? Like, I think back at it, and I really don't know what I did to piss off the guy. I don't know why he didn't like me. I guess he just saw me the first day and was like, nope, don't like the kid. So I go home, tutor comes, I tell him, "Hey, teacher thinks I plagiarized this. My tutor goes, how could you have plagiarized this if me and you were the only people who wrote it? You write the essay all over again from scratch, and the next day, I go back to my English teacher. Once again, my English teacher grabs my essay, goes through it. 5 minutes later, looks up at me, plagiarized again, didn't you? At this point, even though I was a shy, awkward, socially anxious kid, I was getting mad and I started raising my voice. Look, sir, do not plagiarize this. You told me to plagiarize, but I already know that's wrong. Are you trying to set me up or something? I don't get it. He didn't say anything to that. Then he just grabbed a piece of paper and a pen, wrote down some websites and handed it to me. He said, I want you to write this essay the right way. I don't want you to plagiarize. Therefore, I'm gonna give you these links to some essays you can copy or to make your essay better. I don't know that anymore. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll go copy the style of these essays and go hand it in the next day. I write my essay out, I print it out. Next day I hand it to my teacher. My teacher goes, now this is a well-written essay. At this point, I was just finally like, you know what? Take it, that if you like it, that sounds good to me. Little did I know. 2 weeks later, at the parent-teacher interviews, my mom goes to the parent-teacher interviews, but leaves me at home. Because my parents always had this theory that if I'm not around, the teacher will be honest. Boy, was she ever wrong. I was here in my room, minding my business. A couple hours went by. My mom barges through the door, and I'm so confused. I'm like, what's going on? My mom came up to me, shoved my essay in my face, and read 48%. This can't be right. I snatched the essay from her. I'm reading it, I'm just seeing all these comments. On the last page of my essay, my English teacher left a comment saying, you know, it'd be better if you actually submitted your own work one day. Now, my mom was livid, yelling at me, like, why would you go plagiarize? You just messed up your whole grade now. And I'm trying to tell my mom that he told me to go and plagiarize. He told me to go copy an essay online. He even gave me websites to use. At the time, I was a 13-year-old kid going on to 14. That just wasn't a battle I was going to win. And I had to hold the L. The next day, I go into class, sit down. I don't even say anything to my teacher. I'm just looking dead in his eyes. I want to snatch his soul out of his body. I'm actually writing out my essays on my own, and with the help of my tutor, he were accusing me of plagiarizing. And then when I went to actually go plagiarize, he told my mom I plagiarized and failed me when he told me to do that. That was a whole setup. I really don't know what I did to make him not like me. He just set me up for failure. I had to rewrite the essay a 6th time. And when the second semester hit and I got my grade back, I got a 57. I'm trying to think what the moral of this story was. I'm drawing a blank. I'd say the moral of this story is always question the information you get, even if it's coming from what you think is a good source. Boom, what's up? Thank you guys for making it all the way to the end of the video. I greatly appreciate it, as always. I hope you guys enjoyed that story of my misfortunes of plagiarism. I should call it coerced plagiarism. That's what it was, coerced plagiarism. If you want to hear more stories or rants or advice from me, make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the bell notification. That way you never miss a video I upload. Make sure you hit that like button because it really helps and supports the channel. If you have a question that you want me to answer, make sure you leave it in the comment section down below. I'm gonna get to it in the next video, or hit me up on my social media handles right down there. DM me and I can get to it in the next video too. That is all I got for y'all today. Hope y'all staying blessed, and as always, easy.